Welcome to my very first sketchbook tour you can see on my new launched YouTube channel. This actually is not my first sketchbook. This is number 9, I guess, or I think, I'm not sure, because I have multiple sketchbooks parallel. Yeah, and I tried to keep that one simple with the stickers. Oh my god. Yeah, exactly. And that's why I just put one sticker on my sketchbook. Normally my sketchbooks are covered with stickers. But this time I just like escalated a bit on the inside. These aren't stickers I bought or something. This one I made myself, this one as well. These ones are from some like unfortunate cookies, which is called Pechkeks in German. And yeah, my mom got got a calendar from this one for the Christmas time. So I got a few of these, which I all cut out, and yeah. And yeah, this is sketchbook number 9, which I started on the 5th of September 2020 and ended on the 30th of December 2020. Yeah. To be honest, I tried to start the sketchbook a few times, but I had so many struggles with this paper because it's like, it is kind of thick, like you can hear that, but it's also kind of fragile. So, and at the time I started that one, my main medium I was using to make my art was watercolors, and this paper definitely does not handle watercolors well. So the first page I made actually with acrylics. Yeah, I am not so used to that one, but yeah, I kind of had the idea, and that's what I run with. This page basically was when I found an artist on TikTok, which characters I really liked, and like I made a little fan art of this. I think I'm gonna put their name in the description or something like that, because I don't remember at the moment. I'm so sorry. This is the story about the monsters under the bed that you are afraid of as a kid. Normally, at least I was. But I thought about the side story that the monsters could also be afraid of the children that are sleeping in the bed. So you see the room, and then the child which is kneeling down to the bed, and the monster's like, oh my god, they're going to see me, and then they're just like, oh my god, we are both afraid of each other. Yes, deep story. This one was like a figure study, and I was like, every time I put a figure that kind of looks decent in my opinion, I'm really sad if I put cloth over it, because in the end you have to erase all those body lines, and so all your precious work will be gone. So I just took some transparent paper, which is actually, it's baking paper. I just bought some transparent sketching paper after I did that one, and I tried to stick that in, but it didn't work, so I had to put it in like this with staples, I think it's called. Yeah, so you can just like unclose her and then put it back on. Yes. Oh, this one was my first gouache study in the sketchbook, which this paper is actually really good for. I mean, like, it handles acrylics and gouache very well, very well. And yeah, I mean, like, I had this, I was really into anime again, and I still am, but so I tried to make something in an anime style, and I'm also really into piercings and stuff like that, and into vampires, so I tried to put all of my interests into that one, and I really like it. I also like the color scheme, and it was like, I really enjoyed drawing this one. This was actually the last page I did in the sketchbook, and I was just so tired of that one. I mean, like, it is like a challenge to fill a sketchbook if you don't even like the paper in there, but it was quite hard for me because, I don't know, at the end I was a little bit of tired, I think, of this paper, and so I tried to like make some gouache studies. I'm not even sure if this is purely gouache. I think there's also some acrylic in that. And I also used Posca pens for that one, for the red highlights on this little piece, and some no-name paint markers for this one, and I initially tried to make this one like avocados, but the problem is that the Posca pens does not work with these no-name paint markers, so I could not like do that because the paint would simply not stay where I put it. Yes, and this is a piece of grapefruit, I think. I really like this gradient. I could put, this was also with the gouache. Oh yeah, that was when I got like a new fountain pen. It was that one, I think. My grandma gave it to me, and I just wanted to try it out. And I really like of this pen is that the ink in it is neither black nor like this usual blue. It's like a bluish gray, and I really like that. And this is just a page where I scribbled on that and drew whatever came to my mind. Yes. That page I filled the day before I had like a job interview at a tattoo studio, and she really liked that. My what is so known boss, I did not want the job in the end because I did not like the boss that well. So but it left me with some like tattoo art. I did some more of those things in other sketchbooks, which I will also upload if you're interested. Oh yeah, this was a day when I was in Berlin at the Hackische Markt with a friend of mine. His name is Marco Mary. I will also put his Instagram into the description below. And it was like a live drawing session where we were just sitting there and drawing people, and yeah, it was kind of fun. This was also done in Berlin, just a quick sketch in one pen. Oh, this is I mean like, I always think that artists that have their OCs are really, really cool, and I also try to make some up on myself or on my own, but the problem is that I really like these characters I make up, but I can never keep them in mind. I mean, like, I stumble upon that piece a few times when I flip through that sketchbook, but I will forget them as soon as I flip that page, which I'm going to do now. Yes, this one was also a piece I did in gouache, and I kind of struggled with the color scheme. I think I drew this one while I was listening to a song, and I tried to put that song or the lyrics into like drawing prompts. And I mean, like, I will definitely put trigger warnings in here, so no need to worry. Yeah. So the end of in the end, I was like not that happy with the color scheme. So I mean, like with the purple and this peachy, and I don't even know what color that one is. Yeah. So I mean, like, I like the first gouache study better, but I still don't hate that one because I think also the shadows in the hair, that which is also done in purple, is pretty fitting to the color scheme, but the rest is garbage. This one was a piece where I took an audio from Instagram, no, not Instagram, from TikTok, which is Do You Love Me, Do You Need Me? And yeah, I also made a TikTok on that one, which was kind of funny because I never did like a study of the same face on one page, because I usually don't draw comics with actual faces in there, but yeah, that's the result of that one. Oh yeah, I remember that I just flipped my glass of third water from my paint water on this page, and so this page was actually dirty in here, so I just put some black acrylic paint on that, and then I was like, now I have a black page, wow. And so I grabbed some of my colored pencils and scribbled over it. I don't think that you can see the red. Wait. Yeah, if I flip it, you can see the red. But it's like not that good to see. And yeah, I don't know. I had a reference photo for this on my Pinterest, and I will also link my Pinterest below. Yeah, that was when there is a child cartoon series which is called Die Schule der kleinen Vampire. And I was rewatching it because YouTube just recommended this video to me. And then I just decided to draw a graffiti. Yeah. This was just a color swatch for some new pens I got. This one was the Tumbled Brush pens. This one is the Pentel brush pens, which I have in red and also in black. And I kind of really recommend them because the color is amazing and I really like the bendy tips. But the problem is they aren't waterproof, so you can't use them for pieces you intend to do water with, which I did here because I tried it again and used watercolors, which was a disaster because the color does not interact well with that paper, like I mentioned before. Yes, this is another gouache study, but this time it's not my gouache that I usually use. Usually I'm using gouache by the company Arteza, which I really like. I really like those colors, but this one was a piece where I did a little challenge for me, and I bought like a super cheap gouache set, and I think there were like 7 colors in there, and it only costs like less than €2, no, less than €3. And I mean, like, it was a struggle because the colors weren't this opaque, and I had to put multiple layers on there. And like you see in the hair, probably have to put it again here. Like you see in the hair here, the colors still aren't that opaque, but I mean, like, it was fun. I threw them away, the colors, still, because I have the other gouache set, and which I like far better. But I still like this piece. I mean, like, the skin came out pretty yellowish, but we have to live with that one. Oh yeah, and I also got like this new marker set, alcoholic marker set, which I got also from this store where I got the cheap brush the cheap gouache set from. And yes, I was like getting back into anime around this time. This was when Studio Ghibli movies were launched on Netflix, on Germany Netflix. And so I drew Princess Mononoke, and at the same time I was also reading like Killing Stalking by Kugi, and then I tried to mix them up and put this into my style with this strange eyebrow thing and this jar-like earrings. Yes, and I mixed it up, and I mean, like, I never used like this alcoholic markers before. So this is kind of like to try it out, and I was really confident with that. I mean, like, the paper, I wasn't sure if the paper could handle that, but I mean, like, it was bleeding through the other side a lot, but it did not bleed to the next side, which was actually really good. So yes, I did that. This is my first try on doing a comic, which was like around the time Among Us was pretty popular, and actually I did not even want to play that game, but a friend of mine was just like, come on, let's play that, and then he bought the game for me to force me to play it with him because he knew I would have I would feel bad if he spent money and I didn't even try it. It came out that I kind of liked it. It's not my favorite game, but here it is. And I put this little comic, which was fairly easy to make because the characters aren't that hard to draw, something like that. And yeah, it was kind of fun. I also let like I put a quiz into my Insta story where the people could decide which color the crewmate and which color the imposter should have. And yeah, it was quite fun. Here you can see again how much the markers bleed through the paper, but I did not put anything between these pages, so it did not bleed through the next side or the next page, which is pretty good. Yeah, this one is like my illustrative character style, which I did this one first, and I had a reference for this, which I found on Pinterest. And then I tried to take some aspects I liked about this character and put it into this one, like especially the eyes. And then everyone started to say that this is a granny character because I gave them like white hair, but never mind. And then a friend of mine who's like really insecure asked, or I asked him if I could draw him, and he actually sent me a picture, but he was so insecure that he covered half of his face with a face mask, even though we live like a few 100 kilometers apart, but never mind. Yeah, I drew him and he was really like, he really liked that drawing. Yeah. Oh, this one was actually like a sketch for my Inktober challenge. I did not really participate into Inktober. I made up my own prompt list, which I called Psychtober, which was like the prompts all were about mental health and mental health issues and stuff like that. And because I tend to make like my characters more chubby and a bit more thick, I had really struggles when it came to the day where I had to draw a character or where I had to draw the personalization for um anorexia. And so I tried, but like you see, she's still like not anorexious, or she still not suffers from anorexia. So I just shadowed or shade the ribs a bit more and stuff like that. So in general, I wasn't that happy with the result for the prompt itself, but I still liked the drawing. And then I tried my new gold foil that a few friends of mine gifted to me. And it's so shiny, it's so shimmery. I really like that one. I think this is actually the second last page I did on the sketchbook. I just, like I did before, I just put some black acrylic paint on here, and then I tried to make up something out of this. And a friend of mine was like, oh my god, you could, like, before I put this writing here, he said, okay, you could just put a mouth there with a bleeding mouth or so. And I was like, I already put this quote there, which I read like several years ago, and which I still think is really inspiring for me. But yeah, and then I said, okay, I still have the second page, which I usually don't like to let it white, but I was forced to do that in the sketchbook because the paper is this fragile. And if I put the acrylic down first, it'll make it a bit more hard. And yeah, I could also use the second side where I put like this bloody mouth with his chopped up tongue. And I also did this as a digital drawing. Yeah, it was kind of fun. Ah, yeah, this was my second attempt. No, actually my third attempt on doing a comic. And this is just the sketch. I did this one digital. But it's again a story about the monsters under your bed. But this time the monster isn't scared at all. Yeah. I think I'll put the comic here if I can. This one was just for me to relax because my sketchbook was laying like where it lays now, and my window's like up there. And the moon was shining through my window, and the dried flowers I have on my windowsill were just throwing a shadow on this page, and I just took a pencil and outlined the shadows, and later on I put like some color in there with this alcohol markers. And because I was so bored, I also dried some potato leaves. No, not potato leaves, it's tomato leaves. And stick them in here as well. Oh yeah, this was the time when I started getting bored by this sketchbook, and I asked a few friends of mine if they would like to send me a picture of them, and I would like to draw them. And actually they did, and I wasn't able to draw everyone because this paper, like I said, is garbage. But it was kind of fun, and the most people I sent the sketches to really liked them. So this is the second page, which I did not fill entirely because I like blank space. No, I don't. But yeah. I think this is the last gouache study I did in the sketchbook. It's about like a scarab, I think, and I don't know the English word for that one. Yes, but I think it was pretty fun because I like the colors. Not that much, so much, but I like this one. Oh yeah, this was intended to be a gouache study, but I was sitting in the waiting room of my doctor when I was sketching this one, and then I put much more effort into it than I expected or wanted to do, and in the end I liked the sketch so much that I could not paint over it with gouache. Yes. This one is actually a sketch which I did on extra paper for the squash study I showed earlier. And this is like a character I did with my Tombow brush pens because I simply wanted to try them out. And these were just scribbles I made around the time when I was like bored and sitting at the breakfast table, and I was like scribbling around. Most of them are references, or I used references to draw these from Pinterest as well. Yes, pomegranate, my favorite food. Yeah, the Joker was amazing as well. Yeah, and this one I did on the same day. And I actually wrote, I'm so tired of the sketchbook. For some reason I want this to be done, and still I wanted to continue. Strange little one. This was before I realized it was the last page. Yeah, this was my sketchbook number 9, and this is a sticker I initially created for the cover of another sketchbook I was doing at the time, but it did not fit in there, so I put it here. This was actually the first time I tried out these alcohol markers I got. And yeah, I also put like this little swatching sheet in here, which you could like drop out and then put whatever you want here to see which color you want to get. And yeah, that's sketchbook number 9. Leave a comment if you want to see the other sketchbooks as well, I'd say. And yeah, I put down my social media in the description below if you're interested. Hope you enjoyed. Leave a like, maybe subscribe if you want, and see you in the next one. Bye!